What's up, guys? A new patch for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is now live on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and in this video we're going to be going over all the patch notes and pretty much all the significant things that changed in it. So there is now a lobby leaderboards in the game, and players are now awarded crypto keys in arena and public matches after playing consecutive matches in the same playlist. So let's say you hop into Kill Confirmed and you play Kill Confirmed for like 8 or 10 games, you'll get rewarded an additional amount of crypto keys for staying in the same playlist. And players are now prevented from spawning at the same spawn point when there are high player counts in free-for-all and gun game. I'm assuming this just means that you won't be spawning actually literally looking at a person. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, there's been so many gifs and videos and stuff on Reddit of people who literally spawn in and there's a guy immediately to their left and they just get instantly melted in like the first half second of the match starting. And Search and Destroy, the kill elimination medal, has been changed from 250 XP now to 500 XP. So you get double XP, plus right now it's currently a double XP weekend, so it'd be like quad XP from what it was originally. And they did a lot of nerfing to the specialists, and I don't really like this, so they changed it so that the specialist weapons and abilities now charge slower in objective mode. So previously, it would charge at a pretty decent rate, but now it's even slower. We don't know how much that is. It might be like 10% slower or something like that. It doesn't feel a whole lot slower, but it still is slower, and that sucks. But for the specialist specific changes, for the Outrider, they changed the Vision Pulse ability so that the recharge speed has been slightly reduced, so it'll take longer to earn it. And the Nomad has its rejack ability increased, so the recharge has been increased, and the Hive's trigger radius was slightly decreased. So for the Reaper, the Scythe had its ammo reduced from 200 to 160. It's like, this is my favorite specialist, but that doesn't really do anything to the specialist. Like, whenever I'm using the specialist, it's always the time that runs out before, and that's when my specialist ends, is like the timer. It's never my ammo count. And even playing this game and using this specialist after the patch, it still does absolutely nothing. So I don't really care about this. But for the Firebreak, the Heat Wave ability recharge speed has been increased, so you'll earn it faster. Now into weapons, the long shot distance settings have been updated for each weapon class, so they just kind of changed what qualifies as a long shot for each weapon. The quick draw ADS speed bonus for LMGs was reduced, so if you have quick draw, you won't be aiming down sights as fast. It said it's slightly reduced, but quote unquote slightly. We don't know how much that is. They don't give us specific figures. So for the SMGs, the VMP, its ADS time was increased to match all the other SMGs, and its hipfire spread was increased to match all the other SMGs. And the Pharaoh had its close range damage slightly reduced. I haven't really noticed this a whole lot, but at long range, holy cow! Like, I've had times where I'm trying to gun somebody down with the ICR, and I put 3 bullets into them at long range, and they one burst me with their Pharaoh. And it's ridiculous. And this is the close range damage that has been decreased, so I don't know if that'll affect anything else besides close range damage. The Razorback had its damage increased, or its damage range increased, because from the beta that was an absolutely amazing gun, and then when the full game came out, it was absolute trash. Like, every other SMG would outclass it, so it's nice to see that its range has been increased. The KN-44, there was a glitch where if you put your clan tag or your kill counter to the weapon, the iron sights would be lowered by like an inch on your screen, so it wasn't actually properly centered on your screen. Whereas if you didn't have those on, it'd be properly centered, or if you threw on a optic on there, it would be centered. So they fixed that. The XR2 had its hipfire spread increased to match all the other assault rifles, and it says they have a minor tweak to the fire rate, it feels a lot slower now. Like it used to be able to like absolutely Shrek people, and it felt super close to a full auto gun, but now it's a lot slower. The HVK had its recoil decreased, so it's not, the recoil isn't as bad on the HVK. The ICR had a animation fix where if you had the Varix 3 optic and the suppressor attached, apparently you'd get some animation glitches. And the M8A7 had its fire rate increased, which is good, because from the beta, that was an absolute freaking tank of a weapon, and then when the game came out, it was absolutely terrible, but now they increased the fire rate, and I now see people saying that it's overpowered again, and I don't even understand why. People can never be happy with these things. And they also fixed an issue with the iron sights when the kill counter was attached, similar to the KN44. For the shotguns, the KRM had its increased lethal range, so you'd be able to kill people farther away, and the Haymaker 12 had its fire rate and damage range slightly reduced, so they nerfed the Haymaker 12. The Argus had its ADS time increased, so you'll be able to aim down sights faster, and its close range damage increased. So if you're like at a point blank range, you shouldn't be getting those hit markers, and this is what this changes try to do. For the LMGs, the BRM had its ADS speed slightly reduced. The Dingo has less recoil now, so you can control it better. And man, the Gorgon has been getting like the nerf hammer. Like this is the twice one so far. So they reduced the clip size from 50 to 40, and the ADS time has been slowed down, so you'll aim down sights slower. And it no longer deals extra damage to vehicles without FMJ, has increased recoil, and has increased fire or hip fire spread. And that is absolutely insane. Like I haven't seen a single person rocking the Gorgon anymore. Like at launch, there was a couple people using the Gorgon. Only a couple people who knew, hey, I can freaking two-shot people at like all ranges with an LMG, and that was super annoying. I didn't use it because I didn't want to be that douchebag, but they really nerfed it now, and I don't know how viable it's going to be anymore. The 48 Dredge had a issue where, like with the magazine count on extended mag, where it would end with a 1, but the gun is a 6-round burst, and it has a 6-round burst like audio file attached to it, and so they changed that, so now it'll be synced up, and they slightly increased the ADS time on it. And for the pistols, the Elk Car 9 had its close range damage reduced, so you won't be able to Shrek people as much. And the Thermite Grenade had its damage rate reduced, and now it takes longer to be killed by Thermite, which I think is a good thing, because at launch, whenever people would just like throw a Thermite Grenade at you, you'd pretty much light on fire, and then like half a second later you're dead. And there was absolutely no getting around it. It was like a Semtex, but it instantly goes off like when it hits you, and you instantly die. There is no getting around it. And for zombies, they fixed the issue where players were able to enter lobbies when they're already full. This was absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how this even happens in the first place, but at launch, I would have a group of friends, so we'd have a full party of 4 people. We would select public match, so some of the zombies things would be there, and so stats and stuff would count. And we'd get put into a lobby with another 4 people. And so the game would start with 8 people, but like halfway through the loading screen, a bunch of people would get kicked. Like it wouldn't just be the one party or another would get kicked. It'd be like, oh, 2 people from this party got kicked and 2 people from the other party got kicked. And so now it's mixed up and stuff. It was ridiculous. And players are now properly rewarded with a Dark Ops calling card when they prestige. Previously, it was a bug where they wouldn't get the calling card. We already know what all the Dark Ops calling cards and challenges are, and one of them was to prestige in zombies, but when people actually prestige, they wouldn't end up getting the calling card, so now it's fixed so that people will actually get it now. And for the campaign, players can now equip custom paint jobs in the armory in the campaign safe houses, and players can also use the weapon builder to access gunsmith and paint shop in the campaign safe houses. So there you guys go. There is all the changes that have occurred on the Xbox One and the PS4. I don't know when this patch is going to be coming to PC. I don't know if the Gorgon has been nerfed on the PC yet, so if you want to try and get that gold or something, then I would suggest really throwing that on real fast. You might be, harassed a little bit for using it because it's pretty overpowered, but I suggest, using it until they patch it and trying to get that gun gold. And yeah, there you guys go. Tell me what things you guys want to see fixed in the comments down below. I think they really just need to fix their like network and their net code and stuff, and just the matchmaking servers and stuff. That really needs an overhaul. But there you guys go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.